Hello, beautiful humans. Welcome to Woke Culture Daily for July 16th, Thursday. I hope you guys have been doing well since yesterday. Pay no mind if you see it on the stage. We're going to go ahead and jump right in with our usual spiel. And for those of you who don't know, I just want to say this really quick. I do Monday through Thursday on YouTube. We got a little confused last week, but with the love readings, just because those are a little longer, I do that for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And if you're already a member on any of my member platforms, it's already on there for you guys. And they're available on Vimeo, and it covers for 3 days. So for my YouTube people, you guys will see me again on Monday. So let's go ahead and start with our air signs, then our fire signs. Nope. Air signs, water signs, fire signs, and then earth signs. Each sign gets one card, and this is fascinating that this falls out. Interesting. I'm not going to take this for anyone. I'm just going to take it as an overall. But awareness and past lives came out. So today just got deep. Okay. One thing I can say for the entire collective, and this is for all 12 signs. When we speak of past lives, in this vibration, I don't want to necessarily just say past lives like other lives, other incarnations prior to this one. I really want to keep this contingent on just this particular life and your past in this life, right? And I feel that the breakthrough, the level up, the clarity that each person watching this is looking for is more or less found in your past, but it's found in a different awareness of your past experiences. So I can say for everyone out there who's a woke booker, you guys know exactly what I mean by that. So a huge influence on today is going to have a great deal to do with an awareness of patterns of how your past experiences or traumas are affecting you on today, and being able to see through those situations to the value of the lesson that they possess within them, if you will. So let's go ahead and lay these cards out for our signs. All right, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, and Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. At the bottom of the deck, oh, this is nice. We have Source. Don't be alarmed if you see me switch these over, because this deck is not read in the reverse in the event that you see me do so. So the most important thing is here, guys, in accordance with what I said in the beginning, is almost reattuning to your place of power or your connection with spirit. You know, if we were to put this in chakra terminology, it would be more or less how one would make the most of today is utilizing your power to direct your will, if you will. That's kind of redundant, but moving right along. For Geminis, we have celebration. So Geminis, I feel on today, if possible at all, I would spend some, if you're a girl, I would say spend some girl time, you know? If you're a dude, spend some dude time, you know, if it's possible at all. Or if this is just talking about your partner or your children, you know, depending on what your life circumstance is. But I feel that this is the energy, even if you don't feel it innately, approaching this Thursday in a spirit of expectancy, of despite what actually happens from the time that you wake up to the end of the day, using this perception, using this approach to find the good in it. It reminds me very much of what I told Pisces on yesterday. It's enacting that playful spirit, right? So how you gain dominion over your day, how you gain dominion over your experiences within the day, is by electing to direct your will to approach everything from a spirit of joy, right? I said to Pisces, making a game out of things, or just dancing a little bit, putting on music and just allowing yourself to dance if you encounter anything that makes you feel some type of way today. And not implying at all that you guys will, but I feel the most important theme of today is community, spending time with people you love that bring you joy. And in the event that you can't do that, is approaching today with that spirit. Now for my Libra, sorry Libra, my bad. You guys have the transformation card. So Libra, the vibration I feel for you guys on today is a restoration. I vaguely remember what I said with you all yesterday, but I know it was like a completion of a cycle in a sense for you all on yesterday. And I spoke of how for the last month we've talked a lot about mindfulness. I think it was the Queen of Swords, if I'm not mistaken. We talked a lot about mindfulness, and oh wow, that makes me happy. Okay, never mind, I know what happened. So with the Queen of Swords, it was more or less a choice you guys would make on yesterday. And there was some element of a challenge to that. What this says to me with the transformation card being here is you guys made the choice that's leading in a new direction, in the direction that you wanted to go in. So today is more or less like a tip of the hat, proverbially speaking, from spirit of that. So now the higher macro energy, if you will, is meeting the statement that you made to the universe with your action. So I feel on today, there's not really so much of what you should, ought, or supposed to do, what you need to do, what would behoove you to do. The only thing I would say in the direction of that is, even if you don't see the signs that things are changing for you and that you're in a new energetic cycle, I would say to remind yourself of that on today. So today kind of feels like a potato day, you know what I mean? Not saying that you don't have responsibilities, but it's kind of that aftermath of this energetic transformation you guys are going through. And for that reason, if you do feel you need to kind of rest, like you feel kind of tired, I would say today is more of a day of self-care and self-reflection, if you will. For others of you, if we put this on a mundane type of level, I would say this is more or less you guys taking a step in the direction of what you've decided to end. And the main thing that's coming to my mind right now is somebody deciding to leave a job in particular. And it would be something along the lines of this week, like putting in your 2-week notice or something, or just making the decision to, go on Indeed and start looking for something different. But I feel the most important thing for the second group of people that I'm picking up on is, again, to keep top of mind what's in your best interest and what it is that you really want. Take into account your past experience up until this point. So even if it's someone who's looking for employment, don't choose out of desperation, right? Granted, understanding your circumstances and taking that into account, but it's remembering where that got you before when you've been in that situation and chose something out of desperation. Now for my Aquarius people, this card just won't go away, huh? We have the Lovers. Aquarius, yesterday I feel like I said something about you guys making a choice, but today this energy is still kind of hovering over. I'm seeing this more or less as a direct message from spirit. You guys had the Two of Pentacles yesterday, weighing your options. This is reinforcing yet again, I won't say reinforcing, it's more or less giving you more information to weigh with this decision that you guys are making. because I know yesterday it felt kind of heavy, like it's a pretty big deal, if you will. But what I want to say in reference to this, Aquarius, is much like I said for Libra, choose your heart, right? This decision that you're making is heavy in an energetic sense because it's about choosing between two paths, if you will. In the two paths that you're choosing, it's what's logical, what's realistic, like I said, what you know, right? Then there's the other side of that, which it aligns with a desire, but there's a huge level of the unknown with that, right? So of course, what's safe, what's comfortable is choosing in accordance with what's tried and true and with what you know. But if that isn't bringing you joy, then it's offering you the option to take a chance. And, if I throw in my little 2 cents here, I would say if you follow your heart, if you follow your passion, if you follow your joy, with that, you really can't lose, right? You don't want to be in a situation where, things are comfortable and, things are stable, if that's the case, but you're completely unfulfilled, right? Because it's not worth it in the long run. Now, for my water sign people, Cancers, ice ovulation. Oh man. Cancer, this is very much in alignment. I get it. I feel like this it's a transitional space for you guys. I say on today, Cancer, it's a sense of suffering and silence. But I do want to give a forewarning, not really so much for today, but more longer reaching. It's either there's things for you guys that are going to trigger you and come up on today that's going to remind you of a past situation. Going back to what I was saying with the overall energy, what's really imperative for my Cancerian people on today is understanding your situation, looking at it from an objective view as opposed to subjectively. If you find that difficult to do, which I feel may be kind of hard for you guys because it feels like a solo dolo day for you guys on today, reaching out to a trusted friend that can offer you an objective opinion, because I feel for you all, your mind is your nemesis on today. So it's not really so much what has happened or is happening, because I don't really feel like it has anything to do with what occurs today other than something that reminds you or triggers you to remember this past event or experience, if you will. And it's your mind that is disassociating you from the present. So you're not seeing it as it happened or as it is, right? It's almost like time traveling back to that particular moment. So the important thing for my Cancerians on today is to gain dominion over your mind, to redirect your thoughts, and to not allow this situation to stagnate you. And what I would say going forward, because this kind of goes really far, dude. How I'm seeing it in my mind's eye, it's like 2 arrows in 2 different directions. So I would say, Cancer, because I'm about to do y'all's love readings, like for, the month or whatever. I really feel like what this is gonna end up coming up in you guys' reading. I can clearly see that, but the important thing is to grasp a hold of it, because I feel like this is a vibration that, if mixed with your emotions in your mind together, could potentially grasp hold of you and become you. And it's almost as if when we talk about directing your will, you guys internalizing this, taking ownership of it, and then carrying it forward. And I'm hoping that makes sense. So just be cognizant of that today. Worst case scenario, reach out to someone that you trust and that you care about. Don't ruminate. You know what I'm saying? So for my Pisces people, we have the outsider. For my Pisces people, what's important today, Pisces, much like I said for Cancer, it's all about objectivity. I feel whatever challenge you guys face on today, any conflicts, any arguments, any hindrances or blocks. I feel there's a potential for you guys to get kind of lost in the sauce, like I said, for Cancer, where you're only seeing it subjectively. So it ends up becoming something internalized where you guys may think it's about you, you know, like say, I don't know, if you asked some friends to dinner and everyone canceled, it's like thinking that all of your friends don't want to go to dinner with you because of you. But just out of coincidence, it just so happens that all of them had something going on, if that makes sense, right? So there's a need to look at the bigger picture of what's happening today. So don't get caught up in the block. Don't get caught up in the disappointment. Don't get caught up in the hindrance, the inconvenience. Take a step back and look at the bigger picture and know that it's not about you, right? It's not you being targeted. It's not someone, you know, making it about you, whatever the case may be. It's a need to see the other pieces to the overall puzzle, right? Now, for my Scorpio people, whoa, you guys have guilt. Okay. Whew. There's a theme with water signs here, and it's all about the mind, man. Okay. For my Scorpio people, the issue is here, it's either how you guys react or respond to someone on today, or how it is that you say something on today or in the past, things that you said that you regret, or things you said out of anger, or somebody just caught you on a bad day. I feel this is more or less your mind plaguing you guys with that on today. And much like I said for Cancer and for Pisces, the important thing here is either an objective opinion, getting someone else's take on it, redirecting your thoughts, which I really feel like is gonna be kind of difficult, but it's needing to approach the situation from an objective viewpoint. Now, I feel like I need to stress with my Scorpio people, because it's a lot of should, oughts, and supposed tos. Even if it's not something you said to someone, it's almost crumbling under the pressure of should, oughts, and supposed tos, right? And it's feeling as if one needs to meet all of these expectations or show up for people and so on and so forth. And it's something that's stopping you from doing that, whether it's just fatigue, because yesterday I believe you guys had the Four of Swords. So if it's just fatigue, and I think I said yesterday, that's a forewarning for my Scorpio people of burnout, of you guys kind of doing too much, right? So there's a need to kind of step back and get some clarity. But I do feel like on today, you guys may be struggling with that. So do reach out to your friends by all means. However, it's more or less expectations, and the root of this guilt is expectations you feel that you should be completing. But a theme this week I've seen with all signs is false responsibility, right? So that's the root of this guilt. It's not that you're not really doing a good job, or you're not really showing up, or you're not really doing enough. It's more or less a pattern of this happening for you guys, right? So I feel on today, my Scorpio people are being offered an opportunity to step out of this cycle, right? But it's gonna require you to do the polar opposite of what you don't usually do, which is the same thing I'm seeing for all of the water signs. Is if you typically go within and isolate yourself, it's time to go without, and vice versa, right? Now, for my fire sign people, Leos, we have the Master. I feel like you guys had something similar to this yesterday. I can't remember what card you guys had specifically, but I'm seeing the card that Aries had. I just can't remember yours. But Leo, I don't know what you guys are doing, but you're doing a good job at it. I feel on today, Leos, you guys are gonna feel very empowered. The thing that I feel the need to say though is, whatever it is that you guys have been working on up to this point, don't let it fall by the wayside today, because I kind of get this sense that And who was that I felt that about yesterday? I think it was Aries I felt that way about yesterday. It's like kind of getting hit with the okie doke. It's feeling very confident and self-assured in what you're doing. And it's almost like something that you don't expect kind of happens, and it can almost throw you off kilter. I think the important thing for my Libra people on today is implementing that mastery. So if we look at this on a mundane level, say, I don't know, you're learning anger management skills, right? And then I just got another message. But you're learning anger management skills. An opportunity, not really an opportunity, but I guess, an instance happens on today, right? Where you become angry, right? You've mastered these anger management skills, you know, one-on-one in group therapy, or, you know, in a memorization sense. Today is giving you an opportunity to practically apply them. But the thing I want to give you guys charge about is, this is saying to me that you're capable, right? So whatever it is, whatever opportunity is offered, whatever situation befalls Leo's path on today, you're capable, you're prepared, and this is just practical application. So it's almost like, you know, just like we practice is the vibration that I feel with this. Now, the other message I got with this is someone coming into you guys' life almost like a mentor, teacher. And even if we put that outside of like a spiritual sense, this would literally be electing to reach out to someone who has mastered some area of life that you haven't. Example of that would be, you know, you're really bad with your finances, so you hire a financial planner. You feel that there's things you want to work on personally, and you've kind of hit a plateau in your personal growth, and you go to a therapist. So it's you guys either crossing paths with or reaching out to someone to help you guys master some level or area of your life, if you will. Now, for my Aries people, oh, you guys have patience, man. So Aries, what I want to tell you guys is, what this feels to me is y'all are in transit, right? You guys have been working on something, you have been working towards something, you've been charging towards something fervently. However, I feel on today that, what is it? Like that, I don't want to say, like, okay, that dopamine high that you get when you're starting something new or you're beginning a new journey. You know, like say when, you know, you decide to start working out and you get new running shoes and workout gear and you're excited to, or, you know, some of y'all, the fact that gyms started opening up and you're all excited, you know what I mean? I feel on today, my Aries people may be dealing with a level of personal frustration because it's feeling as if you've done a lot of work, but it's like if you fact check, you know, like how far you've come, it's not being where you thought you would be at this particular moment of time, right? So I want to stress for you guys to go easy on yourself, even if, how I said yesterday, there may have been some level of temptation that popped up for you guys. If in the event you guys kind of backslid or fell off the wagon on yesterday, understand, and I can say this from a therapeutic standpoint, change within itself is a process. It's never a one-hitter quitter, right? So relapse and backsliding and falling off the wagon is very much a part of the process, right? So what's important for my Aries on today is to self-nurture, right? To go easy on yourself, to not beat yourself up, and to understand that things take time and sometimes we do kind of fall off the wagon. You know what I mean? Don't beat yourself up for it. For my Sagittarius people, we have inner voice. So my wonderful Saggies, on today, I think that came up for you. Yeah, man. Listen to your higher self. I won't say that for all fire signs. But Sag, what's important today is to listen to your intuition. I said for Leo on yesterday, I'm remembering you guys reading now, Leo. I said for Leos on yesterday something very similar. I feel amidst all of the noise that you guys experience on today, and I'm a segue. Small number of you may feel, I don't even know how to explain this. I don't want to say Seven of Cups, but it's feeling kind of detached, like foggy, but it not like a negative kind of thing. It's almost like waking up on the right side of the bed, but I do feel like a level of anxiety comes with that, where it's like, why do I feel like this is something bad about to happen type of deal? Don't worry about that. Back to my other group of people. It's important for you guys to listen to yourself on today, because I feel with my Sag people, it's a level of noise in your thought space, or something you guys are really fixated on that's either not working and it's wanting it to work and it's not really, how can I explain that? It's like it's not running smoothly like a well-oiled machine, you know what I mean? And I feel in the midst of this, it's a solution that's trying to come to you guys for that. However, we can't hear spirit if our minds are in a state of anxiety and we're thinking, ruminating, and if you kind of hit a block with something, whether this is something very literal, if you're trying to put something together or solve a problem at work or whatever the case may be, and you feel like you're kind of like a scratch CD and you're skipping, the important thing with this is to redirect your energy and step away from it. If at all possible, sitting in silence for just 5 minutes would do you wonders, because I feel what you guys are looking for is there, almost like right in front of your face, but I feel it's, I'm trying to get the words for this, y'all. It's like, if I were to say it how I see it, it would be like a person who's trying to screw in a screw with a screwdriver, right? And every time you're putting it in and you're twisting it, it's like the screwdriver is skipping. It's like, as opposed to trying to readjust the screwdriver to get the screw from a different angle, the need is to take a step back, go drink a glass of water, go step outside, get a breath, right? And when you come back, it's like seeing that you picked a Phillips screwdriver that's, I don't know, like a centimeter bigger than the one you really need, and the one you really need is like right there, but because you were so fixated on trying to get this thing done, you didn't see that, but it just took you to kind of take a step back. So I say that to say, the solution you guys are seeking is right in front of you on today. However, the approach that you're taking, you need to take a step back from that, even if it's just for a second. So if you guys find yourself getting frustrated on today, your solution is found in doing the polar opposite of what it is that you are doing. I hope that makes sense, Sagittarius. So on to my Capricorns. Capricorn, you guys have conditioning. It reminds me of a story. It's playing small. There's a story my dad used to tell me about a little eagle that got lost and was raised with pigeons, right? And when the eagle got bigger, it was hanging out with, or tried to hang out with, the other pigeons on statues and, like light poles. And he would continuously beat himself up because he was always too big, right? Until he came across some eagles and they're like, why are you hanging out with pigeons? And he's like, I am a pigeon. And they're like, no, you're an eagle. And then they showed him the wild expansiveness of where eagles come from and things of the sort. And he finally found his way, I say that to say, Capricorn, that on today, you guys are going to have the opportunity to, and I feel this is almost like for a split second, almost like an aha moment. And I don't feel that you've been necessarily cognizant of it up to this point, but it's playing small. And whether that's in your profession or the particular job that you're working in, or if it's putting off something that you really want to do because it's a question of your qualifications. I feel on today, either someone or something is going to come into you guys' lives, even if it's just as simple as an aha, that's going to show you the true origins of who you are. It's going to show you, and I hate to say it like this, I only say that because I feel redundant, but it's like where you really come from, and that sounds kind of lofty-minded. But whether it's you guys getting off track, whether if it's because of a bad relationship you've been in, or if it's just been supplementing, like changing yourself because of disappointments in your life. Like say once upon a time you were very extroverted and open, and being betrayed and disappointed, you started to go within, and now you're more of a quiet kind of person. I feel today you guys are going to see that dissension of where things shifted for you, and either seeing where you used to be, right, where you got off track, or in what ways you're playing small, trying to align with something that wasn't designed for you, or with people who weren't designed for you. I mean, I see a line. I'm not going to say that it was Leo. Moving right along, Taurus. Taurus, we have the 9 of ripeness. So on today, I feel today is the day. It's Wellness Wednesday for me on yesterday, Taurus, because there's a theme going on with Taurians, but I can't even say that I've really dug in enough to see that. But this is very much connected. Yeah, y'all had the 9 of Cups yesterday. Yeah, dude. Today is the day. I feel today is the day to step up and step out for my Taurians, because I'm thinking it was 6 of Wands. Child, that scared me to death. That was thunder. That sounded like spirit like punched the ground. I felt that all in my house and things. Okay, moving right along. So for my Taurians, you guys had the 6 of Wands on Tuesday. Wednesday, you guys had the 9 of Cups. And then today, this is the 9 of Pentacles, by the way, but it's the 9 of Ripeness. So this feels like a crescendo for me. It's almost like the tangible evidence of things hoped for, if you will, for my Taurians on today. So whether it's a decision you guys are making, meaning like a physical step, like something you guys have been waiting on, or an announcement that you were waiting to make, I feel today is that day. This to me is a statement of your readiness. It's yesterday was a day of relaxation and being glad about what you did. I feel today is more of a communal type of day of not only you being proud of yourself or celebrating yourself, but it's allowing other people into that process. But I would say that the energy that pronounces itself above all other energies is this being a statement of your level of preparedness and readiness to step out or to execute something. So if it has been something that's been on you guys' mind, something you've been kind of mulling over, today is the day to get her done, my Taurian friend. I'm Shan. So anywho, on to my Virgos. Beautiful Virgo, you guys have the Fool. Today is a new beginning for my Virgo people. You guys, and I'm going to say this just how I feel it. For Virgos, I feel there are no boundaries for you guys on today. It's when we talk about directing your will, it's no holds bar, whatever you want, right? Now, we can look at that in two ways. That can be for all good or for all bad. You know what I mean? Depending on which you choose. But I feel that this is being said because it's almost like a nod from spirit saying that the coast is clear, for whatever that means. Even if you guys are still feeling blocked, if you still feel that there's not a sense of clarity, or you don't know what the path ahead is or what you're going towards, It's more or less about you guys trusting yourself and trusting the process. Because I feel like the time is now. And I don't remember what y'all card was for yesterday. I'm not even gonna front. I feel like it was a major arcana. I'm not really sure. But I feel the most important thing about this, Virgo, it's about a block. But I have to stress that whatever this block is, it's a perceived block. It was there at one point in time. It did have power over you at one point in time. But the most important takeaway is the coast is clear, whatever that means. It reminds me of Taurus's energy in the sense of, I say, like, today is the day. It's like, and even thinking about the thunder I just heard, right? If we think about storms, right? It's almost like the coast is clear now. The storm is over. You're free to go. You know, you have the freedom to do what you like. However, what you want to keep in your back pocket is what you experienced up to this point, what you learned up to this point, so you know what not to implement going forward, because it's the equivalent of a clean slate and surrendering, Virgos. So it's taking what you know in your proverbial backpack from your past experiences. It's trusting your intuition, trusting your own personal skill set and knowledge, and it's all up to you where you go from here. But either way, the coast is clear and things are working in your favor, my Virgo friends. So that has been you guys reading for today, my friends. Catch me on Vimeo or on the website for my member people for the weekend love reading. And I will be back on Monday. I love your face, and I will see you guys next week. Later.